I'm Marcus Jensen with Line Athletics. I'm here with head volleyball coach Craig Case. Coach, big week for you guys last week. You got 3 wins, 2 wins over top 25 opponents in Angelo and Tarleton. Just you've had a couple first 2 weeks of the season. You've had some success against ranked teams, but you weren't able to finish it off. This last week, you were able to do that. Just talk about what were the keys to doing that this week.
Well, yeah, I think the familiarity with high level opponents. I don't know that we've seen anybody better than Angelo and Tarleton, but we were able to at least not be shocked at how good they were, and I think that was critical because it allowed us to understand that we've had some success against teams that talented, and that we were able to play with them, and I think the biggest difference, honestly, is just being at home and having your crowd and having your energy and being able to feed off of that probably was the biggest difference in getting us over that hump. And now, the hope is, well, we've done it. Let's do it on the road at some point. And so that was the real positive thing. But I was real proud of how we played. I don't know if we had a match point against Angelo that we fought off, but I know against Tarleton we had several match points, and we had match points that they fought off, and that was just a fun volleyball match. In fact, I told Coach Cartho before the match that if we show up to play, it's going to be a really fun volleyball match, and I was right on both accounts, and so I was just happy we got the win, and felt great to finally play in front of our fans and to play the level of volleyball we did against the level of opponents we had, and to do it at home. It was great to come away with a win and get ready to move on to Texas women's.
Oh, yeah, you definitely put on a show for the fans that were able to come out. You had some outstanding defensive performances. Savannah Rutledge was really good in the libero spot. Shelly Chaperone got a lot of blocks in the Tarleton match. Just talk about your defensive effort in your conference wins this week.
Well, defense in college volleyball, it's a little bit of attitude, and it's a little bit of technique, and it's a little bit of preparation. And I thought everybody on the team did a really good job in all three aspects. I thought for most of the match, in all three matches last weekend, I thought we really had an attitude of, we were going to do whatever it took to not let the ball hit the floor. I thought our blockers did a good job of knowing where hitters were trying to go. And so I was real pleased with the defensive efforts that we had this weekend. And I thought Savannah was exceptional, just back row defense and communicating with people. And like I talked about after the match on Friday night, somebody's playing well when they're asking the questions that she's asking. I'm seeing this and I'm reading this and this is what I'm doing, but they're hitting here, and so she was really dialed in, and I thought that was good. But then her counterpart Lacey Jessup, when the two of them are in together, we're really tough to score on, and that's what we expect, though. I mean, that's the things that we talked to them about. And so Lacey played exceptional this weekend. You mentioned Shelly; she was great as a blocker. Jaslyn was really strong as a blocker as well. And the two, Jaslyn and Shelly, really kind of set up our defense. And so when they're good, it's easier for the rest of us to be good. But then on top of that, I thought all of our pins, I thought Mariah Oliver did a good job of setting up and helping to be a factor on the outside hitters all weekend. I thought Nika was a good factor on the outside hitters. Both Lane and Jaron did a good job blocking slides. So I thought, defensively, it's easy to look at statistics offensively and go, "Well, we were really balanced. We had a lot of people getting a lot of kills." But I thought defensively we were really balanced in terms of workload. I thought everybody did a really good job of doing their share to making us a good defensive team.
And that defense definitely set up your offense with some really good setting performances from your setters and from your hitters this week.
Yeah, and that was the one thing we were really critical of our setters after the first two weekends, was they're not doing a great job of putting our hitters in positions to get kills and to do all those things. And so I thought both Gabby and Riley did a great job of setting up one-on-one hitters or one-on-one blocking hitting situations, and I think our hitters took advantage of that. And when you've got that many hitters at or above 300, hitting 300 for the week, that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah, and you're headed to Texas Women's tomorrow to face them. They're coming off a win against Angelo as well on Saturday, so they're also going to be pumped up for this match. Just talk about what it's going to take to go get a win over in Denton.
Well, it's going to be tough. I think the consensus around the league right now is that it's just going to, not just, but a big factor in determining the league champion, regular season champion, is going to be how you play on the road. And, we're going to have to go there and try to steal a win on the road. And, they're good. I mean, they played as tough of a schedule, if not a tougher schedule than we did in the preseason. They knocked off Angelo and looked really good at certain points during Tarleton. So, I mean, it's going to be, at the risk of sounding cliche, I think we're going to have to play. It's the most important match of the year, and we're going to have to play our best volleyball. And so, I'm excited. You get excited when you're playing well, and you're playing another team that's playing well, and you just can't wait to get going and see how it plays out.
All right, all thanks to Coach Case for joining us today. The Lions head to Denton to take on Texas Women's tomorrow at 7 p.m. That game's in the Kitty McGee Arena. If you can make it out, we'd love to see you at the game. For Lion Athletics, I'm Marcus Jensen.